He's not coming back to life. It is a body they're carrying out the autopsy on. I've also heard cases where people go to a seer. Could be a shrine. Could be some weird looking prayer house. It could be just about anywhere. What are they doing there? They want to find out who or what killed or led to the death of their loved one. Now, would that who or what, would the discovery bring the person back to life? No, it will not. So why are you pursuing this? We want to know why. At least to give us satisfaction that we know why. We know what. Getting closure. That's part of it. So some people, there are so many things they actually do. For some persons, it becomes like a form of ritual in trying to get closure. Some people are crazy enough to go sleep by the gravesite of this person. Gravesite. You know what I mean? Yeah, some people do that. They feel staying there would help them fill in that gap, the hole that the person has left in their heart. Getting closure. So how do you get closure? When a loved one has died, or when a loved one dies. Are there things you do that you would like to share? Is there something you have done before that helped you to feel, okay, I'm fine now? Yeah, perhaps someone died and you were able to do that and you felt better, right? You know, there's this feeling of it's not as if there is hope, but it's also a kind of hope. When you hear someone died, perhaps in a plane crash, there was some kind of shipwreck and their body was not found. The person was traveling, did not come back. They said, you know, it keeps the family at a state where they're not sure if they should move forward or if they should say, I know he will come back someday, or if they should say, God rest his or her soul, you know? But when there is a dead body to be seen, and perhaps the person dies of what we would call natural causes. This person has been sick for a while. There was no suspected foul play of any sort, and the person dies. You know, nobody's suspecting anything. So if it's like everyone's heart is laid to rest as well. We're okay with this. But when a foul play is suspected, even after the person is buried, people still feel like there's something missing. Yeah, that's getting closure. How do you get closure after a loved one has died? And the second question I'm asking, which of course they should put up on social media, is how far or what lengths are you willing to go to find the cause of death of a loved one? Would you tour this path that the Mohbad family have decided to tour? Second autopsy, the young man is gone. Let's talk. But for now, I can take messages though. I don't think I can take any calls right now. Commercials will come up in less than 2 minutes. 0809 for WhatsApp messages. 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. 0809 030 6416. And then, of course, if you want to call in, but that will be after the commercials at 125. 225. Why are you saying 1? it happens. At 2:25, right? So you can call in, but that will be after the commercials, right? 0817 923 0002. 0817 123 923 0002 and 0817 923 0007. All right. All right, welcome back to the show. It's 2:28, and yes, we're still talking getting closure. And so if you're wondering, okay, what does it mean to get closure? Simply put, it's to move on. Yeah, it's that point where you tell yourself, all right, and actually move on. Some people lose a loved one and years go by and they have not even accepted the fact that somebody died. They have not come to terms with the fact that this person does not exist here on this earth anymore. They still live in denial. They're still in disbelief. Some, they feel like we need to get justice, for situation where they are suspecting that perhaps someone or something else could have happened that shouldn't have happened, and so someone should pay for this. And so they can't rest. They can't let it go. They can't move on to something else that they're supposed to be doing. It's as if they are stuck in that past. And so, yeah. There are people, I mean, I've seen even movies or some of those, they are reenacted videos of something that may have happened in real life. And so they just do a video, some kind of short movie to, okay, it's not a movie, it's video, really, to show, okay, this is to depict what had happened, right? Using some actors. And so you see the people saying, now that we know what happened, now that we know how this person died, we can now rest, knowing that this is it. So that feeling of coming to terms with the fact and letting the past go and now moving on. For some people, it's a relationship. When a relationship ends, they cannot move on. They will tell you, I can never, ever, ever, ever love. And some people get into another relationship and they're still stuck in the past. But hey, we're not talking relationships here. We're talking about death. A loved one has died under suspicious circumstances. How do you find or get closure? And how far are you willing to go just to find out their cause of death? The Mohbad family, it may seem as though they are going too far, because why in God's name are you seeking a second autopsy? I mean, there was already an order to when they, at the point when they exhumed his body. First of all, people were like, okay, why were you in a rush to go bury him? Now you're exhuming to conduct autopsy. Now they're done and you're saying you're not satisfied with it and you want to do another one. Kilo shele. Closure, actually. Someone wants to get closure. But this conversation is not about Mohbad and his family. It's an example. All right? So let's talk. The numbers to call are 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0007, and 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0002, where you can get on Facebook and join the conversation. You can send me a message via WhatsApp. La, 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 la. Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi, MC Lega Constance. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Constance, there's something about the mind. The mind does not have a mind of its own.
Oh, wow.
The mind works with us. So if we are not contented, then the mind is not contented. If we are okay, if we're fine, then the mind is fine. If we say we cannot rest until this one comes down, until we get to the solution of this one, that's how the mind, the mind works with us. So nobody can tell me that I want my mind to get, no, it is you. It is all about us. So closure, sometimes people will talk about closure. Closure is just what you tell yourself, It's just what an answer or a kind of peace. Something you tell yourself, okay, this one, now I can get closure with this. No, I cannot get closure with this. It's not as if closure is some unique, or how do they, it's something of its own that it has to come to you, Closure does not come to you. You decide whether this is closure or not. So sometimes the way people talk about it is as if closure has not come yet. If closure has not come yet, then I have to wait until closure comes, so I get closure. No. Getting closure. Most times, I like to do things differently. I don't know why. The way sometimes when people are just doing on one part, I just want to take a pause, look. I say, okay, let me check this other part. So when people are maybe family thing, everybody shouting, hey, we will go find out. Hey, we will go do this. I say, find out. My 1 naira, deal. Or only you people will go by yourself. Do everything, spend all your money by yourself. If I mean, that's not spending, Denise, to me. It's wasting. You waste all your money by yourself, and you tell yourself, yes, I don't get satisfied. I don't belly full now. Now I've gotten closure. Sorry, you just wasted time and wasted money. Trust me, Denise, closure is what to tell yourself. So if they say, especially the mobile family, they say they want to exhume his body again. If they let them exhume it 10 times. If they don't decide for themselves that, yes, I've gotten closure, or let me just let go. Trust me, they will continue to exhume and exhume. The man is where he is. The soul is where he is.
All right.
So closure is what you tell yourself. That's what I think. It doesn't come. It's not on its own. It doesn't come to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Muriel. Hello, Mr. Zion. Good afternoon.
Constance, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for this timely discourse that are best needed for an era and a time like this in the history of mankind. Closure. Closure is a process. It doesn't just come. It's a process. We are looking at the dead now.
Mm-hmm.
How to find closure when you lose a loved one. But I can also expatiate loss of job, failure in exams, or failure to miss your marks, in relationship, you lost a business and stuff, failed everything, how to find closure. It's a process. And if you miss one step, you lost it all. And let me bring it to you, ma. Moving on is not part of it. If you find anything, they say move on. Those are people living in lies and denial. You don't move on anywhere.
But that's not what closure is supposed to achieve.
Closure has nothing to do with moving on. Oh.
Really?
Nothing. See, in closure, you tend to talk to somebody. You tend to find a solution. You tend to understand the grief. You tend to know why, how, what. These are the process. Look at we as an African culture, who we were before. They brought these lies and concussion to us. When you lose somebody, they mourn for 21 days, some for 30 days. The community women will come to grieve with the wife of the man. They will spend time. They will abandon all what they do. Stay with her. In that process, she's finding that, I am not in this alone. I work together. My community is here. My brothers is here. Mr. Zion, you are here. Mr. Zion, wife too. These are the process. So instead of you crying, you are finding another realm to transcend, to accept that, my husband has gone. But I have Mr. Zion and his family. Constance is there. D-Square is there. You are transcending that process of closure. Now you now talk to people. You now listen to people. A memorial, they call it the remaining friends. A narrator that will tell about, my goodness me. But they brought in the church. Let us go and bury them. Ashes for ashes. Who told you that? Do you know that some people, the moment your husband died today, they died yesterday, tomorrow they go speak to another man? Is that a process? If you
Mr. Zion.
Process of closure, you end up being haughty and living as a narcissist to look to hurt another person or not to feel the pain of another person. How come do you think, okay, let's go and bury somebody? We came back home, the next people got drunk, they don't commit fornication.
All right. Thank you for calling. Alex from Onelga, please go ahead.
Thank you, Constance. For this particular item this afternoon, I'm happy. Let me commend you alongside others who have been speaking about it. In fact, when we lose our loved or lost our loved ones somehow, there is no need, on my own personal opinion, going to find out what happened. Because it's only period of mourning that one has found himself or herself in the entire family or as it happened. So for me, I don't think it's necessary for one to start looking for what killed his or her relation or to bring any repressive attack as to what happened, because it's already happened. So it should be let go.
But what if that information is what will help the person who is wondering how come this person died would just be able to let go? Perhaps that information is what will help them to come to terms with the fact that, okay, this person has died. Let's move on.
Okay. Let me just help you on that particular aspect.
All right.
If actually it happened that way, maybe people are wondering, as you ask, how this person died. Why should I, as a person, begin to ask when I know that death occurs any time, anyhow, that the Lord wants it to happen? That's where I'm speaking from. I'm coming from. Because if myself as a person have no power over person's life to take or to make. So if it happened, if it already happened, that is the area I'm taking it to. So even if myself see it as a wonderful something or something that comes by surprise, or how will I deem this thing to have happened, I will still have to say that is how it comes. I have to take it that way. Thank you. Have a nice time.
All right, you too. Alex, thank you so much for calling. All right. So, yeah. I remember a story I saw. No, it did not happen in Nigeria. So the child was eaten by a crocodile. One of those African countries. Whether Zimbabwe or what, I don't know. I can't remember right now. They didn't find him. All they know is that he went to that river to fetch water. And that was it. And they just decided that perhaps he has been eaten by a crocodile. But then some other time, the same crocodile, for whatever reason, decided to grace the banks of the river. Or maybe lake or stream. And the people caught that crocodile, killed it, opened it up, and voila! What they are seeing is the dead body. So it was, I think, trying to digest the little boy. Yeah. And that was how they were able to find out. Oh, true. Now crocodile chopper. I believe for that family, at that point in time, there is a satisfaction on one hand that they have found the body. And so the wonder of, did he wander off? Wonder of wonder. Constance. Or was he kidnapped? Or did a crocodile eat him? Or what could have happened? All of that, it comes to an end. They now have closure. They can now move on. They can stop looking outside. They can stop checking to hear if somebody will say they found his body at anywhere. Perhaps he drowned. Now, they are sure that he is dead. And so they can bury him. And cry once and... Okay, maybe they'll cry multiple other times, but, you know. Excuse me. But I'm sure you get what I mean, right? Now, there are people that their loved one traveled and never returned. And they are still wondering. They've been going to places. They just want to find out what happened to this person. Maybe they received news that maybe the person has died. They still will not believe it. They want to find out. So how far can you go in finding out the cause of a person's death? God's power from Eche. Welcome aboard.
Constant. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes. There are two sections or two sections on your discussion. The last one you just mentioned now, it is allowed if somebody goes out, you cannot come back. You will know to ask, how did the person, what did they have? If a person dies, you don't need to walk or to find out. It's about infertility. Because the Bible says every mother should go that way. When it comes to sons, there's no effort that will make the person to come back to life. Why are you spending your money either by soothsayer or witchcrafting or widow? Say you are looking for the person who died. And there is no how. Anything they tell you, the person cannot come back. One must relax and take it because God said that all one should die any day, anytime, anyhow. You don't worry yourself because the more you just worry, the more you become worried. They say, allow the dead. Very nice. You have to think of yourself, your own salvation. Many people just have gone mad because they are looking for the loved one, their parents or their mother, their wife who died. What are you looking for? They have gone to the day. They no longer exist. They cannot exist except the second coming of Christ when people will reunion. So when a person dies, you have to mourn because it is a sudden departure, a sudden one. You feel lonely, you mourn, and ask God to give you the solace to bear the irreparable loss. That's what they're going to do. Don't be going to any person to say, I want to find out what killed their mother and this and that. What are you going to find out? Even if you find what killed, what are you going to do? Can he come back? Can't come back. So thank you. God bless you. I want to go for our conversation.
All right. Thank you. Hi, Christmas. Good afternoon, sir.
Hi, good afternoon. Okay, on this discussion, there's a way somebody will die. It will be suspicious. There's this song that was raining those days, this Akala. He sang it this way that Ajunwa Tagini Burunnegi, Yasaweju, Aju Yagini Burunnagi, Yasaweju, Wata Ujana Tupagi. That's let me interpret that song.
All right.
The boy was holding a slave, and they asked him, what killed your parents? He said his slave. And they are now asking him, are you normal? It is slave that killed the parents, and you are still holding slave.
Okay.
This is the reason why some people go that far to find out what happened. It is for it not to repeat itself. There is a way somebody will die. You will need to find out because they say that the snake that beats A is still alive. It can still beat B if you don't find out. The person that might have caused that death that you have seen or everybody has seen that is not normal is still there. If nothing is done to expose that person, it will still occur again. So that's why people go as far as to find out what happened.
All right. Thank you very much.
It's even in those days, it was normal. It just when our Christianity came on board, it was a kind of abolished. But we know that the death rate reduced, like it's not the way it is now. That people will just die. We will see accident happen and they will say it's normal now. It's not everything that is normal. We have voodoo, he's working.
All right. Thank you very much. Hello, Kingsley from Rumodara.
Yes. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, thank you very much. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes. Although I'm kind of not hearing it clearly, though. But based on your topic this afternoon, for me, I think finding out what really happened to your loved ones when he or she might have passed away is not I don't think it's a bad thing at all. It's not like you're holding back memories or maybe you don't want to let go or whatever. It's just to avert a kind of a future occurrence. Let's assume I have a kind of a uncle, extended family back in the days when we were small. His wife took him to another state where they were staying. All of a sudden, he normally comes back to visit his family. His houses he have, the tenants that stays there, whenever the houses expire and all that, he comes there too. But all of a sudden, nobody heard from him again. So he's all of a sudden, like 6 months later, his wife came back to the family, began to tell the family that he went out, that he never come back again. So, and they searched for him, and the family searched for him all over the place. They sent even the police, they sent the message to the police station and all that. They searched for him for several months. They didn't hear from him. But what really happened is, to cut the whole thing short, they have to look for source for alternative to find out what really happened to him. And later on, we heard that what happened to him, that he was kidnapped and killed. You understand?
Ouch.
So if possibly that finding was not taking place, I don't think that the wife would have left that vicinity to go, know that that vicinity is not safe enough. So if possibly one finding out what really kills the loved ones, it is not the kind of, for me, it's not a bad thing at all. It's for you as a living person for you to be very alert, to know that at least, okay, and especially when the death is not certain. It's like the person did not die, just all of a sudden the person just died. You understand? So that for me, it's a kind of a reason. So I know there's a lot of people that want to call on based on this topic. So let me just.
Thank you very much, Kingsley. Constance Mega, a very good afternoon to you. Nice work. This is a fascinating topic. Lady Constance, the basic reason most Nigerians do what they do. Okay, this person is reacting to the last conversation, such as invasion of privacy, videoing of most unsuspecting Nigerians. It is highly unlikely that these persons are very ignorant of the law. All right. Thank you, Mr. Prince. But we've moved on from that conversation. Who else is here? Emeka Monday, JP, says, Sister Constance, all over the world, the sudden death of a loved one is not taken for granted. The family would like to investigate physically or spiritually to know exactly what caused the death of their beloved. Yeah. Sure, that's it. A lot of people actually would do whatever it takes, right? And somehow I want to believe that the reason some people insist on an autopsy is that they've gone to a seer who said something. They're like, maybe the person has said they poisoned him. They poisoned her. So they insist. Let them find it. So the one that they can see physically, let them also find it there. So that's, but then all the same, right? All of these things are geared towards finding closure. You just want to hold on to something and say, Kai, so this is what happened. Okay. We leave it to God. For some people, they will say we leave it to God. For some other persons, they would pursue it. If the person was killed by some other person, or if another person caused their death, whatever it is, they will pursue it. If it's something they will have to take on legally, they would. Because if you did not do what you did, my loved one wouldn't have died. He would have been here. She would have been here with me. But because you did what you did, the person is dead. So you also should at least not be able to roam the streets freely, living your life, whereas you have put us in a state of mourning. So if it's something that would require someone going to jail, some people will pursue it to the end, ensure that they see this person go to jail. And that's what would give them satisfaction. That's how they're going to get closure, that the person who did this to their loved one is not roaming the streets free. The person is also paying for what he or she did. Yeah. When justice is delayed or denied, in such cases, some people take matters into their own hands because they really want to see that the person who took their loved one's life, who snatched life off this person, pays for it. Okay, so I'm going to make way for a commercial and then I need to confirm something. So when that commercial plays, let me just go to that commercial break and then make this confirmation and know what's going to be my next line of action, okay? But we're done with this conversation, actually, right? Thank you very much. I'll be back in a jiffy. Do stay tuned.
Nigeria Info. Nigeria. I'm listening.
Express yourself right here on Nigeria Info. From the economic capital of West Africa.